Welcome everyone to me trying to do a thing. I'm probably gonna delete this, but hold on. Gotta go get something. Oh, I'm very tired. I can not feel my feet. And soon it will go up to my brain and I will fall down. And die. That is how that works, I believe. So I do have a bit of work done on this, but not much. I tried it one night, and then I got frustrated at something, and then I just quit. So let's hope the same thing does not happen this time. Do not question the thumbnail. I did not have one made because I was just like, I got the itch to be like, oh, I need to make something. Whatever. I do not know how to program, so I'm going to be watching a YouTube tutorial. Check this person out, I guess. I don't know. I guess this could count as a like reaction video of sorts, because I'm just going to be watching this person's videos, and that's about it. And I'm gonna try and make my own thing, so...
First-person games are of course extremely common, and there's actually a surprising lack of information when it comes to creating solid first-person movement. So in this video we'll have a look at creating a character controller, the theory behind it, and how to make it perfectly fit your game. But first, this video is sponsored by Aptudi. One thing that...
let's just... skip the sponsorship.
The rigid body component. And both definitely have their advantages depending on what you want to do. Now the main problem with creating a universal character controller that works for everyone is that what you want your character controller to do completely depends on your game. Of course everyone wants movement, but there's also...
I do not have a set thing for my game. I just have a scout model and an empty plane with some controls, kind of. It's what you would expect. It's not good. And I fall off into the great abyss. Yeah, I don't have a set plan for this, actually. What I'm going to do is delete. Knowing we don't need a scout. We can create it's been forever since I've actually opened up this what was it 3D object. Here we go. Let's have it be a capsule. There we go. Let's go ahead and move it like around the center of here. I was originally gonna have it be a top-down, but I was like, that's gonna be probably a lot more difficult to do. Where is the collision? Alright, we don't want that. In fact, I don't know how to get rid of it. So let's add cube. No, that's not right. Capsule collider. Oh, it's not. It would be. I was about to type in square. It wouldn't be square either. Box collider, that's what it is. There. So now if we start it. Oh, it doesn't have physics. That's a problem. I do not remember how to do that. Hold on. Who needs gravity? Gravity. Who gives a crap about gravity? Let's go ahead and drag this over onto that. There. It's rotation. Where is that? I think that's somewhere. Hold on. Gravity. Who gives crap about gravity? Oh, the camera moves, but it doesn't. So, let me go ahead and what is this? Player movement has not been assigned. What? Also, why is Scout still here? Get rid of him. Is there an undo button? any undo. Control Z. There. Alright. Move that over capsule. And then delete Scout. So now if I start it, it does not run still. I can fix this. Possibly. Drag player movement onto here. Start it. It still doesn't run. What is this? Unassigned the variable RB of movement has not been assigned. RB, yes, I remember that and what that is. Open that. I think maybe this is what I'm supposed to. Yes. Hold on, let me just. Give me a second here. I'll figure this out. Eventually. Hold on. Let me just. We have a bit of errors. Yeah, just wait a second. Here, maybe, I don't know what to select here. That one maybe. Just wait a second. I can do this. Oh. Okay. I think I have found the problem. Crap. There. Alright. I think I have found the problem. The problem is that this guy does not have a rigid body, I think. Rigid body. Here we go. Okay. So now, that error hopefully will go away. Alright, yes. Never mind. It's not assigned to. Why are there two? Capsule. Also, we can remove that one. We only need one. Then we start it. No error. But then again, I don't want my camera. Oh my god. That is awful. Okay. So, freeze rotation. So, Z is that. So, I don't want. I could have it just freeze its rotation in general. And it's. That's fine, actually. There. So now, we've got our moving, working capsule. There he goes. There he goes. Look at him go. Alright. So, what should I make this game? Is the real question. It will be in first person, maybe, hopefully. But what? We've got platformer, shooter, maybe not a shooter, that would probably take even more work to get it to work. You've got, like, maze, hard game, kind of. Just, what is something? I didn't rate lighting. Let's just leave that alone. Let's just see how to get in
Gravity,
first person first.
jumping, drag, in-air movement, handling slopes, handling steps, sprinting, crouching, and interacting with
Dear
physics
God.
objects, just to name a few. And some of these are
no.
easier to do with the character controller approach, while others are much easier with the rigid body approach.
So is this? So character controller, handless steps, handless slopes. Doesn't get stuck on walls, easy to make snappy. Rigid body, gravity built in, drag built in, and interacts with
In fact,
physical
there's also
objects.
quite a few things that you don't necessarily think about, but are pretty important for the movement, such as adding a ground check to know if the player is currently standing on the ground, and adding logic to make sure that the player doesn't get stuck on walls. Now, over the years, I've tried hundreds of different ways to create character controls. So for the sake of this video, I think we should boil it down to the most simple way of getting some really nice controls that can still handle movement, gravity, ground checking, jumping, in-air movement, steps, slopes, and that doesn't get stuck on walls. And without a doubt, the simplest way to do
Wait, hold on, I saw an extra one
slopes,
there.
and
Hold on
that
one
doesn't
minute.
get stuck on walls.
It needs to be snappy.
And without a doubt, the
Okay.
simplest way to do this is using the character controller component, since much of this stuff is already built in. This way you can also easily add more things such as crouching or sprinting. The only real restriction is that the character controller doesn't interact with physics objects. Of course, there are ways to get around this for most cases, but again, that is for the future. So let's jump into Unity, and before we start with the movement, let's add a player with a camera that can look around.
So the first thing that we're going to do is create an empty object. So let's go to the hierarchy and hit create and select create empty. Let's name this object first person player and let's drag it into the center of our scene. Next up, we want to add a character controller component. So let's hit add component, search for character controller and hit enter. And if we now hit F and
Character control. What does? I guess I add that. I don't know. Put character. Oh, yeah. Character controller. I don't know what I'm doing.
turn on gizmos, we can see the green outline of our character controller. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the radius of this to 0.6 to make it a tiny bit wider. And I'm going to set the height to 3.8 to make it taller as well. Of course, this isn't very visible, so let's go ahead and create some graphics for us so that we can easily see it within our scene. To do this, let's right click on our first person player. Let's go 3D object and let's create a cylinder. I'm going to set the scale of this to 1.2 by 1.8 by 1.2. I'm also going to go ahead and remove the capsule collider. The reason for this is that the character controller itself also acts as a collider. And let's also add a material to this that isn't just a boring gray. So in our project, let's create.
So. Okay. Do I know what I'm doing? No. So if I turn that off and I start it. Oh, there he goes. All right. So let's just leave that on. I suppose that would be good. My brain is falling apart right now. I don't know why. I would just leave that be.
A material, let's call it player material, and let's just make it a bright red and drag it onto our player. Awesome. So now that we have our player in place, it's time to add a camera so that we can have a look around. If you don't have a camera in your scene already, you can of course right click and simply create one. Or to make sure that you don't have multiple cameras, you can simply take the one that you already have. In my case, I have a main camera here and drag it under our first person player. I'm going to reset the transform here and then I'm going to move it up on the Y so that
So like you want it to be where you would want that. Okay. What did he click? He said reset something. I can't feel anything, to be honest. My brain is already a mush. What did he click?
player. I'm going to reset the transform.
There. And I guess I don't want my character to be short unless I'm making my character a kid. So this one I'm gonna have to... Actually, I don't need that one anymore. Remove. And actually, how would that look? If like you're that short, it feels like you're short, obviously. No, I feel tall when I'm short. Retarded. Oh my god. I'm fine. Hope maybe. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh. I want him to be taller, so let's double the height. That doesn't look well, but then again, you'll never see this, so... There. So we got... So now we got our camera. It's first person. You won't see this ever. And I'm not implementing a mirror because too much work. Why? I'm so confused. Why is there like why is there something physical here? Hold on. So I do that. I start and then what? My brain, I can't take this right now. Is it this thing? Is it the character controller? I'm confused. Was this happening earlier? I don't know. Hold on. I can fix this. Hopefully. There's a block box there. What if I were to delete that, right? The character controller. It is the character controller that is that. So, why is it not following? What does his look like? Hold on, let me go back. I don't know, I guess maybe turn it. No. I don't understand. Minimum move distance. Yes, no. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe. Maybe that's probably
to make sure that you don't have multiple cameras, you can simply take the one that you already have. In my case, I have a main camera here and drag it under our first person player. I'm going to reset the transform here, and then I'm going to move it up on the Y so that it's almost at the top, but still leave a tiny bit of space here. The reason for this is that if we go ahead and jump into a ceiling, I don't want my camera to clip through. And also we want it to stay inside of our graphics object here so that it's not visible to the camera itself.
Here's my camera poking out the top. Kinda. What does the collider look like? Ah, crap. Oh no. Maybe down a bit more. There you go.
And with that, our player is set up and we're ready to start adding logic. And the first thing that we want to do is create a player look script that is of course responsible for our ability to look around. Now, looking around is actually fairly simple. Of course, everything is controlled with the mouse, and the mouse can be moved on two axes, mouse X and mouse Y. If we move our mouse on the X or from side to side, we want to rotate our entire player around the Y axis. This allows us to turn around. If we move our mouse on the Y or up and down, we don't want to rotate our entire player. We just want to rotate our camera on the X axis. This allows us to look up and down. Now it's a good idea to limit the rotation of our camera to 180 degrees so that it doesn't flip to point behind the player. This is called clamping. Alright, with that in place, we can go ahead and select our camera, and here we want to add a new component, and let's call it mouse look. Let's hit.
So, okay, go to camera, click mouse look. I'm assuming new script. I don't know.
New script and create an ad.
Crap. Mouse look. Create. There.
Let's double click it to open it up in Visual Studio. Now the first thing that we want to do here is go into our update function and gather some input based on our mouse movement. So we'll go ahead and create a float called mouse X and set this equal to input.getAxis, and the axis that we want to get is the mouse X axis. Now this is of course a pre-programmed axis inside of Unity.
Float alright, I can do that. Oh wait, I would want to open it here, wouldn't I? I know what I'm doing. Maybe. I have zero clue what I am doing. Float mouse X is because I remember, yes, so capitals are very important if I remember correctly. One capital is off and it's broken or something or along those lines. Equals input.getAxis, so equals input.access. getAxis. And then in parentheses and quotation marks is mouse X. Mouse X. Mouse space X, and mouse is capitalized. There, I did it. I did it.
Unity that is going to change based on our mouse movement. If you want to see this for yourself, you can always go into Unity, go Edit, Project Settings, Input, and here you can see the mouse X axis. Now, Unity is currently redoing the entire input system. This here should work for a long time, but if you're getting issues, definitely check out our video on the new input system. So we'll go ahead and gather that input here. We'll also do the same for the Y-axis. So we'll create a mouse Y and set it equal to input.getAxis mouse Y.
Alright, so also known as, yes, so we definitely have to rewrite all of that. Totally. No lazy way out of this one, I am afraid. I am afraid to say. So sad. Too bad. See, sometimes the easy way out is the cheap way out. That's gonna break, I bet.
Of course, it would be nice if we could control the speed of our mouse. So let's go up here. Let's create a public float called mouse sensitivity.
Public float mouse sensitivity. Up where? It's above void start, so up above. Hold on, my brain's working. No, wait. My brain can't handle this. Public class mouse look. Alright, so under that. So I'd say like here-ish. Like I'll put it here. That should work. Public float. Public float. Mouse sensitive. Mouse isn't capitalized, but sensitivity is. That's just how that works. Sit. Sensit. I swear to God, if I spelt it wrong after triple checking that. Mouse sit it ity. What was it? Sit ity. I think that's right, I hope.
And let's just default it to 100.
Equals 100f. Equals 100f.
Then when we
semicolon. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
gather the input, we can simply multiply with our mouse sensitivity.
Okay, that one was also. This one was also supposed to end in a semicolon. And then times mouse sensitivity. Sensitivity. Semicolon. I know what I'm doing.
And because we're doing this inside of the update function, we want to make sure that we rotate independent of our current frame rate. To do that, we also want to multiply with time.delta time.
And then times time.delta time. Oh my God. You times time dot delta time. Jesus, you can't make this any less complicating, could you? Times dot delta time while you're talking about times. Jesus. Oh my God, I swear to God if I spelled delta wrong. Yeah, that's right. Mouse sensitivity times time dot delta time.
Remember, time.delta time is the amount of time that has gone by since the last time the update function was called. And so we can multiply with this value to make sure that if our frame rate is high, we're not going to be rotating quicker than if our frame rate is low. And let's just do the exact same thing for our mouse Y.
Alright, let me just... mouse sensitivity times time dot delta dot I was about to put delta dot time. There we go.
Awesome. So let's start by having our mouse X, or our mouse movement from side to side, rotate the entire body of our player. Of course, in order to do this, we need a reference from our main camera to our entire first-person player object so that we can rotate it around. To do this, we'll simply create a public transform. Let's call it
public transform. Alright. That one will be under this one. Not capitalized. Public transform. Did I just put transform? I don't know why that isn't. Oh, it has to be capital. I'm sorry. Transform. That's like transform. Why is it? Why did I bother? Whatever.
Player body. Then inside
player body semicolon. Player body semicolon. Why is it not? That's probably gonna cause some trouble, and I'm gonna have to go in it and figure out what's wrong.
Out of our update method, we can now access player body dot rotate, and here we can specify.
Then about like. Do that down here. Another one maybe. Player body dot rotate. Player body dot rotate.
By an axis that we want to rotate around, so we're going to rotate around vector3 dot
Vector 3. Vector 3.
up. So our
Wow. This seems very accessible. Vector 3 dot
y-axis, and let's multiply that based on our mouse x.
Times mouse x. Nice. Times mouse x. Really making this
And
very easy to explain.
if we save that
And I don't even know anymore. I don't know.
and go into Unity and
Save. Is there just a save button? Yeah, right here, save. So go into Unity. It's loading it. How do you go full screen? I don't remember how to go full screen. Player body of mouse look has not been assigned. Maybe that is what I am trying to find. What the? Why am I moving? No, 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 why am I going backwards? Why did that oh, I think I figured it out. It's shift clicked. No, why am I eternally going backwards? No, no. Oh, that's sad. I'm in a constant state of going backwards. Why? Oh, that might be something to do with player movement. And I have to go in there and find the problems in that one. No, no. This is so much pain. Maybe it's something in this one. Maybe, I don't know.
and link up our player body, we can now look around using our mouse X movement.
Transform. Ah, crap. Ah, no. No, that's right. Why is it just in an eternal state of being blasted backwards?
So next up, let's implement our mouse Y, which means that we want to move up and down.
Also, this mouse, that's way too, that's like, not sensitive at all. Okay. Is there something I did wrong here? Hold on. No, this is fine. It has to be the player movement. Hold on, let me think. Character controller. This is... I don't even know what this is. I might just have to like redo the character entirely. Look at that. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, let me look. What is making it go backwards? I genuinely don't know. Something in the freaking player movement. How much you want to bet? If input get key W, maybe there's a button that's being forced. I just don't know. Collision. The collision is broken. Alright. So, maybe it's this, the character collider. So if I were to turn off that, start it. Yeah, it's still okay. Let me. Oh no! I didn't turn on the box collider. No. What the? Turn on the box collider. There we go. There. Ooh, no. No, not again. I think I might know what it is now. I think the camera is pushing it backwards. So if I do this, where it is out of the collision, if I start it and it works, I will... Nope. Okay, nice to know. That's not the problem. The problem is something in the freaking capsule somewhere. Because it wasn't going. What could it be? Maybe something here is the problem. Minimal movement distance. 0. Let me try it with that, maybe. No. So, that's not it. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, is it like the character? If I turn that off, it is that. Oh, that's annoying. Also, why does it slide like that? Hold on. Kinetic. Does that stop the sliding? Okay, now it's just stiff. I can't even move it. So that's not right. Kinetic just disables everything. I don't want it to be all slippy slidey. Drag, let's put that to 1. Let's see if that will fix it. Perfect. Let me go full screen here. So, this is what we've got. We've got a plane and movement. So far, it's alright. The mouse sensitivity is annoyingly bad. Like, that's not even good. So, that's so far a success. But in order to do that, I had to disable the freaking this thing. What if, actually? Because, like, if I were to turn that on... Oh, I didn't even turn it on that time. But if I turn it on... I don't understand why it does that. Slope limit? What if I turn that to 0? Don't know what that does. Oh, it's not on still. Oh, no, never mind. So that's not it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Let me just see if I do that. I do that. I do that. I turn everything to 0. I turn it... Just... Okay, that has to be that. So I do that. I do that. It's still gonna go flying, isn't it? No. It's because it kept pushing it for some reason. Okay, well, now it's... This is a bit of a problem. Because now this happens. So it moves the camera. But if I had that, if I have this on, even if I go flying away, I don't, actually, I still don't even know. What was that? I was like, why is it? Oh my god, this is awful. If I do that, it probably won't even move because of the kinetic. Drag of 1. It's still gonna go flying, but a lot less slow. I mean, more slow. I don't know anymore. My body is. I'm shutting down out of frustration now. Oh my god. What is the problem? What does he have on his? So if I'm at like 821. He only has a transform and a character control. So what if this is a ballsy play? I delete the capsule. 3D object, make a new one. I don't even know how he did his. He did, let's just go back to the beginning and just copy what he does for his character.
Let's add a object. First, to the hierarchy and hit create, and select create empty. Let's name
create empty, okay. Create empty child. Alright, so here's our empty child.
Name this object first person.
I'll just call it character. Player. Sure, all caps if I want. No. Player. No caps.
Player. And let's drag it into the center of our scene. Next up.
Position. Where is the camera's position at currently? So right now its position is that. So it's just 0, 0, 0. That's not even close. Whatever. Alright, this will do.
Next up, we want to add a character controller component. So let's hit
so
add component, search for character controller.
Sometimes you just gotta start from the beginning. Sometimes that's
enter.
okay.
And if we now hit F and turn on gizmos, we can see the green outline of.
Press F, turn on gizmos is already on, so.
Our character controller. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the radius of this to 0.6 to make it a tiny bit wider. And
what happens if I were to set it to 1? Oh, I don't want it to be a freaking behemoth, so I think 5 is a good one to have it on, so I'm going to leave it at that.
I'm going to set the height to 3.8.
3.8. 3. I mean, I don't want my character feeling too tall, so if I have it like at, like this one, place it in the ground. Oh yeah, it just basically phases through the ground, so it doesn't matter. So that's about where it'd be. So if I were to like put myself in it, this is an alright looking area. Oh! You don't need that many players, is all I'm saying. I'll just put it at 3.8. No. 3.5.
To make it taller as well. Of course, this isn't very visible, so let's go ahead and create some graphics for us so that we can easily see it within our scene. To do this, let's right click on our first person player, let's go 3D object, and let's create a cylinder. I'm gonna set this.
I guess, whatever, I'll make a cylinder. 3D object, cylinder. Sometimes you just gotta give up.
Scale of this to 1.2 by 1.8.
1.2 by 1.8, It's got a capsule collider. Dude.
By 1.2.
I don't see it.
I'm also going to go ahead and remove the capsule collider.
And remove capsule collider.
The reason for this is that the character controller itself also acts.
So that means if I click play, it shouldn't go through the floor. Well, it doesn't have gravity yet, so.
As a collider. And let's also add a material to this that isn't just a
Oh,
boring.
now that it actually has a shape, I can put it on the floor now, can't I? Oh, that's... Hold on, sun ain't right here. It's like little edges poking out. Hold on, yeah, I should... I don't care, it should work. What is that one? 3.5? Well, yeah, that worked. No, maybe 3.3. 3.2? 3.2 is the best I will get. So, ooh, this is just triggering my O2. Ooh, whatever, we'll deal with it. It's a technical problem. I don't really care about it. I definitely don't care about it, and this is something I definitely will never, I'll definitely forget. Oh, so yeah, if I were to go into the eyes of the player, this does feel a bit short, yeah. So let me just go ahead and cylinder, it's 1.8, yeah. There we go. See, that feels a lot less short. You don't want your player feeling short and like a
Great.
child.
So in our project, let's create a material. Let's call it player.
Yes. Create material. Where is, here it is. Call it player. So let's go ahead and, undo. Undo. No, I'm undoing my progress. Delete. Yes, delete that. Who cares about physics? Make sure everything's the same. 3.8, 1. Okay. Okay. So I want the player to be... Let's have him be... like an emoji. It's gonna be emoji player. The player is emoji. There. Emoji player created. I'm not gonna copy him completely. You can't make me.
Material, and let's just make it a bright red and drag it onto our player. Awesome. So now that we have our player in place, it's time to add a camera so that we can have a look around. If you don't have a camera in your scene already, you can of course simply take person player. I'm gonna reset.
Okay. Just in the head, right about. Slightly there. There we go. You don't feel short. Well, kind of hard to tell if just like plastic looking stuff here. Can I have like change the material of it? Let's see. Is there a way to change material? Shader, normal. Make it look less like plastic, cheap. Well, I mean, cheap is a correct word to describe it, but not this. It just doesn't look right. No matter what I do, it'll always look like this. Whatever. Alright. Placeholder graph. Why is... I must have been really tired when I made that. Just look at things. Yeah, alright. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, let's just continue
Set the transform here, and then I'm going to move it up on the one for this. So we want it to stay in our player's look script, actually moved onto I take our camera, limit behind the player.
Alright,
this is
let me see if I go to the camera, we got this, which it has nothing. So if I just click that, oh, right here. Player. Play. We will be able to move our camera, but... Alright, there. We can't move because whenever I deleted the old player character, it also sort of maybe deleted the... Well, I still have it, but I've not re-implemented. Oh, hello, sir.
Do you, got a Google charger in here?
No.
Yes.
Let's see.
I'm gonna borrow this.
Alright. What if I change it to...
What are you doing?
A thing.
What is it that you're making? What's going on?
Thing.
Alright.
Pain.
Called clamping.
Yeah.
Alright, with that in place, we can go ahead and select our camera. And here we want to add a new component. Add in
Let's just skip
doing
this.
the
I already wanna
also
do this.
access mouse sensitivity. Mouse rotate that the last time is high. Do the amount of our entire. Let me create a pub. Then inside of our specify an axis up. Stop. Let's implement our mouse Y, which means that we want to move up and down. And this, of course, means that we have to rotate around the x-axis.
Oh yeah, I remember now. The semicolon. You have to put that at the end of each thing you put in, or like each command for some reason. I don't know why. Why do humans make things more difficult than they really need to be?
So let's go ahead and create
Because
a
you gotta
private
remember
variable
it.
up here. Let's make it a float, and let's call it x rotation.
X float X rotation. Write the reopen mouse look. Alright, reopen it. This is all necessary to make a game. Ooh. I don't even remember if it's capital. It isn't. Good thing it has. Now it's probably easier to use. X rotate. Is that how you spell rotate? Rotation. Whoops, my bad. Rotation.
And by default, we'll set this to 0.
Equals 0 F.
Then down here in our update,
I already got this thing, and I'm not gonna use it now because this.
we can
first
say
game is
X
gonna be-
rotation.
So down here, above but below that. Okay. X rot. Yeah. X rotation.
Minus equals our mouse Y. So every frame we are going to
What? Minus equals mouse Y. Minus equals mouse Y. That is the most. What does that even mean?
decrease our X rotation based on mouse Y. Now why are we decreasing here instead of increasing? That's simply because I've tried this before.
Oh, okay, so it's making it. So that's like subtracting. Okay, it makes more sense now that I know that.
And when I increased it,
Maybe.
the rotation was flipped. So simply go ahead and put a minus here. And what we can then do is down here, we can apply this rotation. So we can say transform.
Alright, so down here, transform
dot local rotation.
local rotation. God, oh, I just realized programming and game development are technically two different things. You use programming to make games, but you can use it to do other things like make programs. I'm taking a programming class in high school, and I don't know what type of programming that's gonna be. I just saw that and I thought, ooga booga, that must be game. I'm scared now that I'm gonna take an entire year of like an entire freaking year learning how to do something I'm never gonna use in my life, and it'll most likely be painful because this hurts.
Equals quaternion, and remember
Quaternion. What? What? Quaternion. Quaternion. That is the most.
Quaternions are responsible for rotation in Unity, and we
Dot. Oh God.
want to input some Euler angles, so we'll do dot Euler.
Euler. Okay. Dot Euler. Sounds like. Doesn't sound like something I would know. Quaternion and Euler.
And here we can simply give it an X, Y, and Z rotation. So in our case, we want to put in our X rotation for the X, 0 on the Y, and 0 on the Z.
Okay. That's Unity. That's Unity again. My brain. X rotation 0F 0F. Is that right? Make sure I'm doing this right. I have my Ura shaka.
Z. And there we go. And the reason why we're keeping track of our X rotation in this way, instead of just rotating it by calling .rotate, is so that we can go ahead and add just one more step, and that is of course clamping rotate, is so that we can go ahead and add just one more step, and that is of course clamping this rotation. So we'll set X rotation equal to math.clamp.
That's not how you spell math. Wait a minute. That's probably how I'm gonna spell math once I'm done with this, because I'm gonna go insane. Rotation equals math. That has to be like some acronym or some weird thing I just don't know of. Which probably clamp. What does this mean? there's some meaning behind this. They weren't like, that's how math is spelled. M-A-T-H-F. But TH makes or the sound of math. There's not even an
And
F
here
in
we'll
math.
say that
It's math. There's no real F noise. It's not. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm going insane.
the value we want to clamp is our X rotation. And we want
No, it's like clamping.
to
the
clamp it
rotation.
between negative 90 degrees and 90 degrees.
Alright, X rotation. Comma, negative 90F. And like 40F he said? I don't remember. Negative 90 and 90. What?
This way we make sure that we can never over-rotate and look behind
I
the
almost
player.
forgot the semicolon.
Finally, I'm just going to add a single line of code up here in the start function, and this is just going to go ahead and hide and lock our cursor to the center of the screen, so that when looking around, our cursor won't be
Alright, yeah, that'd
visible
be helpful.
and just leave the screen and we'll click outside the window. That's extremely annoying. So we'll just set cursor.lockState equal to cursor lock mode.
Cursor lock state. Cursor. Wait, was it capitalized? I don't remember. Why are these menus popping up? I don't need these. Cursor. Dot lock. Lock. I'm going insane. Cursor. Lock. State. Equals cursor lock mode. Cursor lock mode. Is that correct? Dot
Locked.
dot locked.
And with that,
Semicolon. I almost forgot the semicolon.
we can save the script, head into Unity, and hit play.
How long have I been doing this? An hour already. An hour of my life wasted.
And as you can see, we can now
indoors.
also look up and down, which means that we have
We Houston, we've touched ground, Houston. We've done it. Oh, I didn't even start it. Whoops. Play. Oh, there's an error. Ah, great. All compare errors have to be fixed before. What error? Which? Where? Camera. Oh, hold on. Does it still say like 100 in here or something? What if I change that to 400? There, is that good? Do we have the green light now? That doesn't answer. What is this? Did I type something wrong? What is this?
dot locked. And
What? Cursor dot lock state. Is the S not capitalized? Equals cursor lock mode dot locked. That's the problem here. I don't know what the problem is. My brain, that's exactly what he typed. The L isn't capitalized. Does it need to be? Did that fix it? Is it fixed? Save. Is it good now? Does it want to work? Oh my god. It's not telling me what the issue is. Undo, undo, undo. Ooh. make it look exactly like his. Okay, so right here, there should be that. And right here, there should be that. What? I don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, it's good. Oh. Assignment mouse lock. 11:25. Oh my god. Okay, hold on, let me just... Give me a second, I need to kill myself. Give me a second. You know what? I think an easy solution out of this is to just okay, so we have this one error. Mouse lock. What? Is there a mouse lock somewhere? I don't... My brain refuses to comprehend what is happening. Mine was exactly the same. I can't think of a single thing that's wrong here. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. I want to die. I don't know why. I'm going to do something. What is this? Resists mouse lock dot CS 11:25 error expected. Let me try searching this up. I want. What is this? So he's having this, so he has... But that's not the same one that I have. Don't tell me that was the problem. Don't tell me. If there's just a semicolon, I missed. Oh my god, I want to die if that was it. Cursor dot lock. I'm gonna try this again. I swear to God. Oh, that's what it was, wasn't it? Oh my god. I swear to God, if it runs. I want to die. That's all I'm going to say. The sensitivity feels weird. Whatever, it's fine. There, that's an alright sensitivity. Oh, I want to die. Oh, the semicolon. Why? Why does that exist? Why? Whatever.
With that, we can save the script, head into Unity, and hit play. And as you can see, we can now also look up and down, which means that we have a working mouse look script. And if we go ahead and try and look very far upwards, as you can see, we cannot look further than the 90 degrees, and the same thing when looking down. So next up, we're ready to create some player movement. To move our player, we again want to gather some input. Remember, this is using the current input system, so this might vertical act ramp to 1. If we hold down with automatically along the X, and forwards and backwards along the Z.
Alright, I want to see, so I can close this now. I hope. I'll probably have to open that later. So for my player, let me see if I can just drag the player movement over here. Maybe I can set the... Actually, yeah, that's not going to work, unfortunately. Because I don't have a rigid body anywhere. If I were to, the same thing would have happened as last time, where the rigid body and the player thing collide with each other, and then it just goes flying off, so that won't work.
We also want to make sure that we do this locally, so that we are always moving relative to the direction the player is facing. So to implement this in Praxis, let's go ahead and select our player. Let's add a new component, and this is going to be our player movement script.
Yeah, alright, bye-bye, old one. I spent some time on you, and now you must go. This one's going on player. Yes, it is. Component. Player movement. There. Alright. Hello, new player movement.
Script. Let's hit create an ad and open it up in Visual Studio. And
alright, yeah, open it up. Visual Studio 2019. Wait, it's 2021. Wait a minute. That's not right. Something here.
First, the first thing that we want to do here again is get some input. So let's create a float called x and set it equal to input.getAxis of horizontal.
I just read. I wasn't listening to him. I was just reading on my own, and I just said impot. I want. Oh, I'm getting. What? Oh, it's 11. Oh,
let's do the same thing.
I shouldn't even be that tired. All right, let me try this. This should maybe help. I can look at both of these, and that's not too small. So, float x equals input dot get axis quotation marks horizontal semicolon. I swear to God. Alright, I need to remember, if it fails, I probably missed a semicolon.
With the z, set it equal to input.getAxis vertical, and now we've got some.
Alright, z equals input dot get Oh my god. Vertical. My brain can't be any more fried than it already is. Make sure caps, 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 cap.
Some input. Now let's go ahead and take this input and turn it into a direction that we want to move. So let's create a vector 3 called move.
Vector 3 move. Is vector capitalized? I can't tell. Vector 3 move.
And you can simply consider this an arrow that points in the direction that we want to move. So we'll set this equal to, and here you would think that we just needed to create a vector 3 and input our x, then 0, and then our set value. However, this
It's for 0 f z semicolon.
this would be global coordinates, and so we would always move in the same direction no matter what way our player is facing. And that's not what we want to do. Instead, when we are moving,
Oh great, he just typed all that for no reason. Oh well, except for the semicolon. I guess that's always vital, no matter what, no matter the cost.
left and right, we want to use transform dot right.
Trans. Oh, I did a thing. No. There. You don't know what I did. Hold on. Let me. What was that? Transform dot right.
Which takes the direction that the player is facing and then goes to the right, and we'll multiply that with x. On top of that, we'll add transform.forward, which again takes the direction the player is facing and goes forward, and we'll multiply that with z. And so
Jesus Christ. Dot forward times z. I'm gonna have to remember this. I want to be a programmer when I grow up. This is just making me not. I'm lazy. I'm gonna be like, this is in the future.
So we've now created a direction that we want to move
Jesus
based on our x.
I'm gonna have to remember this. I have awful memory. I'm gonna have to.
And z movement and the way the player is facing, and we can go ahead and simply move with this. Of course, in order to move, we need a reference to our character controller, because this is kind of the motor that drives our player. So to do that, we'll go up here and let's create a public.
Did I just? Oh yeah, I did undo that. So public class. You went up here. Enter. Up. Not capital. Public. Yeah, public class.
Character controller.
Oh, never mind. Public character controller. Character controller.
Let's call it controller.
And then controller. Controller. Semicolon.
In fact, let's also get rid of our start method.
Let's get rid of our start method. I don't know if what I said came out as mocking. Be honest, I'm too tired to even know what I'm doing.
Don't need it. And now down here we can simply call controller dot move, which is a function on this
Controller dot move. Controller dot move. Maybe in my sleep or something I'll figure
character
out what
controller
this game will be.
that takes in, as you can see, a vector 3 with a motion. And here we can simply put in our move vector 3.
I don't. Yeah, move. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I don't know.
And that should actually work. Of course, it would be really nice if we could control the speed of this movement. So let's go ahead and create a public float called
Okay, public float. Public float.
speed.
Speed equals cool.
And set it equal to 12 by default. Then down here where we move our player, we can simply multiply our move motion
Oh no. Multiply it by speed.
by our speed. And
Yeah, I called it. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
again, because we're doing this inside the update method, we want to make sure to multiply with time.delta time.
Time dot delta time, obviously. You always want it to be times delta time. How come his stuff is showing up
This way we make it
automatically while I have
frame
to
rate
type it manually?
independent. And that should actually be it for our base.
Actually, he's using something else than what I'm using. Wait, no, it's the same symbol. What the heck?
Basic movement. If we now go ahead and save this and go into Unity,
Alright, save it.
remember to reference the character controller, and we hit play, we should be able to move around. And
That seems too easy, knowing how difficult this has been. I swear to God, if it's a semicolon I'm missing. It's not. Maybe I don't know anymore. Is it? No. Check everything. Maybe I spelt something wrong. Vertical. Get access. Input dot. Vector, is that supposed to be capitalized? Yes, it's bigger than the E. Move equals transform dot. Oh my God. I swear to God, if it works after I do that one. Okay, it's not. The name transform. Wait. Transform. God, I hate myself sometimes. Don't you ever like get that feeling like you just hate yourself? Is the name Transorm? Don't tell me I did it multiple times. What do you mean I changed it back? Now it's... Oh, I did do it multiple times. Transform. God. I'm kind of dumb sometimes. What? Hold on, wait. Wait, how's he move freely? What the heck? Oh, no. What? When did we get to the point where... What?
And if we now go ahead and save this and go into Unity, remember to reference the character controller.
Oh. Yeah, I might have forgotten that. So now, if I do this, I click that. Okay, we got it working. I don't want to... Never in my life do I want to talk about how long that has taken me. Now you can see how awful I am at using MS Paint of all things. If anyone has any suggestions for game ideas, please tell me. Sorry for that. I had to go do something. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas for any game, please tell me any like ideas or concepts, cause I have none. I might think of one. I don't know why this here. A player movement has not been assigned. Well, actually, that error. Let me just clear. There's known.
And we hit play, we should be able to move around, and indeed we are. And notice how when I turn the camera,
we are 14 minutes in this video. How long has it taken me to get this working? Hold on. How long have we been watching this? About an hour. It has taken me a full hour to get through 14 minutes on this video. I think this is a good stopping point. Go check out, hold on, get out of here, get out of here. Go check out Bracky's, he does a lot of things with like Unity and how to program. It's really good and helpful. In fact, the first stuff I got from this were like his first 4 like videos on how to program or how to make a game on Unity. I didn't even finish that. That's probably why this sucks. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow maybe, cause this was a kind of fun. It was fun. It's really satisfying to get this over with. Get it over with. Get it to work. But yeah, if y'all have any suggestions for things, I guess I don't know. I'm kind of on a blank. I was just like, oh, I bet I could try that programming thing another try. So yeah, that'll be the end of today's stream. I am thinking about making a Twitch account. I already have one, I just don't use it. I might do it because apparently Twitch is better for streaming.